The Regular Beer Project presents Foster's Lager Double Down. No way I was pouring it on camera because these things are notorious spillers, as you might know if you ever bought an oil can. Okay, the Foster brothers immigrated from the United States to Australia. The continent of Australia, the country of Australia, wasn't created until 1901. Before 1901, it was a collection of British colonies. And much like Canada, they took British colonies and made Canada. They created Australia. Okay, but anyway, enough of geography and history lesson. Thick head. Look at that clinging lacing. I didn't know what kind of glass to put it in, so they're showing on the website over here like a big mug with a handle on it. I do have one like that, but I figured I'd use this McElhinney Tabasco glass. It's golden, it's bubbly. If you look real carefully, pick up some tiny sediment. You're going to find that in any beer, pretty much. There's only so much filtering they can do. Got to have really strong light. Here's a 1991 Don Heinrich's college football magazine. Bad year for Louisiana football. Louisiana State having a losing season. They had a 6-year run of going to no bowl games. Tulane doing so bad they won one whole game out of 11 and fired the coach. 91. This is the year, though, right around this time, Florida began to be ascendant in the 90s with the arrival of Steve Spurrier in 1990. I don't remember who won the national championship in 1991. I believe it was either Miami or Florida State. I know it was Alabama in 92. It was a split decision in 1990. Article about that weird science. I say Georgia Tech won it, not Colorado. Georgia Tech won all of the games they won without a fifth down. And if you know the history, you know what I'm talking about. Quarterback confidential. None of these guys panned out except for one. Washington State's Drew Brees. Drew Bledsoe. Excuse me. Remember the old Dodge Dakota? My father had 2 of them. He loved the 87. He wasn't in love with the 92 that he had. Okay, anyway. Southwest Conference. No longer in business. Enough of that. They say on the website here that they use the Pride of Ringwood hops. And I was looking on the company's websites, and they give a description of the. They said they use Pride of Ringwood hops from Bushy Park, Tasmania, and Owens River, Victoria. And they also get them from Ellerslie Hop Estates in Mayari. So I went to these companies' websites, and they were saying Pride of Ringwood, here's Ellerslie Hop, Australia. Pride of Ringwood is predominantly a bittering variety. Gives a distinctly Australian flavor to beer, imparting a resinous character with some fruit-like tones in the mix. As a late ripening variety, longer season allows Pride of Ringwood to fully mature before harvest. It is often found in pale ales and lagers from breweries around Australia. And they're showing a alpha acid level, percentage level, and it's much higher on this scale than Fuggles, Harlotol, Willamette, or Cluster. Mid to late season maturing. Okay, anyway, it says a moderate aroma with a full malty character. Foster's Lager is 5% alcohol by volume. Bright golden color, you can see that. Delivers a refreshing beer drinking experience with a crisp, clean hop finish. Yes, I agree with all of that. Okay. William and Ralph Foster. Okay, and I like other beers. They're added to the end of the brewing process to preserve their freshness. Late hop addition. Okay, anyway, 1887. The brewery started in 88. The new cans show the first brewery. I guess for the first year they were using somebody else's brewery. Other side, you got the Kangaroo. certified kosher, 750 milliliter can. This is a great deal. Two of these big cans for $3. Two for $3. If you were buying that in 12-ounce bottles, it would be $4.25 plus tax for a 6-pack. 146 calories. That's moderate. Brewed in the USA with U.S. and imported ingredients. And the imported ingredients, I imagine, are the Prada Ringwood hops, that special variety, which they so much tout. And they said on the Ellerslie website those were developed in the 1960s. I don't know what they used before. Here's a 12-ounce bottle if you ever see it. This is from 2 years ago. I don't see these bottles much anymore. Lager beer. Fort Worth, Texas. Okay. Foster's Carlton United Breweries of Australia, which resulted from a number of mergers. Here's an older oil can showing a beer drinking game on the background. Collect 1 of 3 games. Alright. 2013 can. Then they came out with this one back around about 2014, lasted 2 years. Kind of that Australian theme thing with kangaroos, the picture of the continent, Australian slang terms. I kind of liked it. Other people ridiculed it. I thought it looked pretty good. But when they first arrived, Foster's first arrived in 1972, the cans were big, so Americans called them oil cans. Here's Carmela, natural smoke flavor added chicken sausage and bouillon. The other one was chicken sausage and broth. Sausage 60% and bouillon 40%. Okay. Century Packing Corporation of La Piedras, Puerto Rico. No website that I could find. Don't know anything about the company. The first ones I tried with the broth, they were rubbery to me and not anywhere close to the standard of what you get with Libby's or Armour. Armour, Pinnacle Foods, producing so much of your Vienna sausages. Got some brie cheese, some red banana peppers, you know me, onions. Let's check these out. If I can get a handle on it. Let's wait. Got to do the pepper. Back in the 90s, they started making Foster's beer in North America and Canada. Later down to Fort Worth, Texas, where it's still produced today. In 2011, S.A.B. Miller bought Carlton United Breweries of Australia. And 5 years later, S.A.B. Miller sold their whole company to Anheuser-Busch InBev, who now owns Foster's Group, Carlton United Breweries. All right. Nice taste, pretty salty, still a little rubbery. You see the beautiful bottle with the embossed Foster's on there. You'll probably pay about $7.99 for this though, if you ever see it. So you can mix and match at the store, ales, lagers, or a mix of ale and lager. Like I said, 2 cans for $3 right now on sale. They run that about once a month. To me, in the world of macro beer, Foster's is one of the best ones you can get. It's got a spicy, I got this lip balm on that's coconut flavored. Spicy, yeasty, kind of full in the nose aroma, so it's not dull. It makes good lacing, has a wonderful appearance. Sweet, bready, full flavor and a noticeable, in my opinion, hop presentation. I'm thinking the bitterness units must be around 2 or 3 out of 5 hop cones. I don't know what they are. There's no longer an SAB Miller website, so I can't look that up on the Cyclops scale. Well, maybe I could look up Cyclops scale's own website. I think your average light beer drinker is going to find it too rich and too bitter. They're going to talk about it's too bitter. It has too much character. But I don't see too many other better values than this. Yeah, it's made in Texas under license. Miller, Molson Coors, owners of Miller and that brewery in Texas, contract brewing now a beer under license, from Anheuser-Busch InBev. Foster's is apparently a big deal in India. I think it's been in India since '95. They make the Foster's Lager 5% plus the Foster's Gold, which is about an 8% strong malt liquor beer in India. We don't get it here. I wish we did, because I would certainly buy it. I don't know a lot of other people that would. In merry old England, in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, they get, I think, a 4.9% Foster's. A lot of their beers were 5%, but they lowered to under 5 after this higher tax. They have the nanny state government even worse than us. You might say, you sound like some libertarian. That may be. But unlike certain major party libertarian candidates who I won't name, I actually understand free enterprise and federalism. I should be the candidate, probably. Anyway, the cheese goes so well with the sausage and the peppers, the pepper and onions, and the Louisiana hot sauce. And this beer pairs so well with appetizers. Foster's used to be a very popular beer in Australia, but my contacts Swill & Grog and Jez down there in Australia, they telling me that it's almost a dead brand down there, sort of like Schlitz here. They said it began to fall apart, lose popularity in the 1980s. And they said a few stores in the dark corners of Australia sell it. Most don't. They said most modern Australians haven't ever had it. People under age 40, kind of like Schlitz. They may have heard of it, but they've got no regard for it. Let's see if any television ads are going to come for Foster's. They used to be on TV quite a bit, remember? Foster's, Australian for beer. Haven't seen those lately. Medium body and a crisp, clean, refreshing finish. It's a wonderful beer. In fact, I think you can make the argument, and I like the ale and the lager. People say, what do you like better, the ale or the lager? It's a tie. I like them both. They both have their own qualities. The ale, the ESB, formerly special bitters. I kept saying premium bitters on the last video, but it was formerly special bitters. Is wonderful. A little heavy bodied, but this one is just fantastic. It truly might be my favorite American style, Australian style macro beer. I mean, I could just drink it constantly. I would never get tired of it. If you said, well, the only thing you can drink from now on out is Foster's, and I could get it for 2 big cans for $3, yeah, I would pretty much have zero problem with that. But since that's hypothetical and it's never going to happen, no use saying it, but I mean, I could really deal with it. And that's what I say to myself. If I was stuck only drinking this beer from now on, would I have a problem with it? No, I would not. But that would go for lots of other beers too. So give me your feedback on Foster's Lager. What do you think about it? It's fun collecting the cans, fun looking at the beers, and even more fun drinking them, researching them, talking about them, double downing on them. So, well, there you go. Thank you for watching this video production.